The growing threat of phishing attacks. You're wrapping up your day when you get a text message from your bank. It says there's been suspicious activity on your account and urges you to confirm your identity by clicking on a link. Worried about your money, you click, and a page identical to your bank's website pops up. You enter your login details, thinking you're securing your account. Instead, you've just given hackers full access to your finances. In minutes, your savings could be drained. This is the dangerous reality of phishing, a threat that preys not on technology, but on human trust. What is phishing? At its core, phishing is a cyber attack where criminals impersonate trusted individuals, companies, or institutions, tricking you into giving up sensitive information. This can include passwords, bank details, social security numbers, or private business data. Phishing isn't limited to just emails. It can also come through text messages, known as smishing, or phone calls, known as phishing. It can even appear in social media messages. Wherever communication happens, phishing can follow. Evolution of phishing. Phishing wasn't always the polished threat we know today. When phishing first emerged in the 1990s, it was relatively easy to recognize. Emails were filled with spelling errors, strange fonts, poor grammar, and unrealistic promises, like being selected for a prize or a lottery you never even entered. The scams often came from suspicious-looking emails, addresses, and demanding quick action without any real credibility. Most people could spot the fraud if they simply took a moment to look closely, but over the past 2 decades, phishing has evolved dramatically. Today's phishing emails are carefully crafted to mimic legitimate communication down to the smallest detail: company logos, signatures, writing styles, and even official disclaimers. Attackers now have used stolen personal information gathered from public social media platforms, data breaches, or even earlier attacks to personalize their messages and make them seem more authentic. This targeted approach is known as spear phishing, where the attacker doesn't cast a wide net, but instead hunts specific individuals using information that makes the bait more convincing. An even more refined variation is called whaling, where attackers aim their phishing attempts at high-profile targets like CEOs, CFOs, or senior government officials. These attacks are extremely sophisticated and often disguised as important business communications, including financial transactions, legal notices, or confidential company matters. Modern phishing isn't about sending millions of random emails hoping for a bite. It's about carefully designing a trap tailored to its victims, using familiarity, urgency, and trust as weapons. And with the rise of AI, phishing is becoming even more convincing, automated, and harder to detect. Common phishing techniques. Phishing today comes in many forms, and understanding the differences is key to recognizing the threats before it's too late. Let's break down the most common types. Email phishing. This is the classic approach and still the most widespread. Attackers send out mass emails pretending to be from trusted sources, like banks, government agencies, or well-known tech companies. These emails often create a sense of urgency, warning you about the account closure, security breaches, or missing payments, and include a link of attachment designed to steal your credentials or install malware. Modern phishing emails are highly convincing, sometimes even spoofing real email addresses to make them appear legitimate at a quick glance. Spear phishing. Unlike broad email phishing, spear phishing is highly targeted. Attackers research their victims, gathering information from public LinkedIn profiles, company websites, and social media to craft personalized messages that feel authentic. They might refer to your boss's name, mention a recent project you worked on, or mirroring intentional communication styles. Because spear phishing feels familiar and personal, it's much harder to spot and far more likely to succeed. Smishing, short for SMS phishing. Smishing attacks arrive through your text messages. You might get a message claiming to be from your bank about suspicious activity, a package delivery update from FedEx, or even a COVID-19 alert from a fake health organization. The goal is the same: click a malicious link or share sensitive information. Smishing attacks take advantage of the fact that people tend to trust texts more than emails and are more likely to react quickly on mobile devices. Phishing. Voice phishing or phishing happens over the phone. Attackers call, pretending to be your bank's fraud department, tech support, the IRS, or even your company's IT team. They create panic. Your account has been compromised, or there's been a legal issue that needs to be urgently attended to. Their goal is to trick you into sharing personal details, credit card numbers, or passwords over the phone. And with caller ID spoofing, the number can appear to be legitimate, making it even more convincing. Clone phishing. This is one of the most devious methods. Attackers take a legitimate email, one you've received before, and cloned it. They copy the exact formatting, images, and tone, but replace the real attachments or links with malicious versions. The email may come from a slightly altered address that looks almost identical to the original sender's. Because it seems familiar, a message you remember seeing, you're far more likely to trust it without thinking twice. Real-world impacts of phishing. Phishing isn't a theoretical threat. It causes real damage. In 2016, phishing played a key role in the breach of the Democratic National Committee. A single deceptive email led to the compromise of thousands of sensitive documents, impacting an entire election. In 2020, Twitter was breached by attackers who used phone-based phishing to target employees. The attackers gained access to internal systems and took over high-profile accounts like Elon Musk, Barack Obama, and Apple, broadcasting scam messages to millions. According to the FBI, phishing scams cost Americans over $50 million in losses just in 2022. And remember, that's just what was reported. Many incidents are either undiscovered or unreported. Phishing is not just an inconvenience, it's a multi-billion-dollar threat to business, governments, and individuals. How can you spot a phishing attempt before it's too late? The good news is that while phishing emails have become more sophisticated, there are still some common warning signs. First, watch for urgency. Phishing messages often create a sense of panic. Your account will be locked in 24 hours, your payment failed, or you must verify your identity immediately. These artificial urgencies is designed to make you act quickly, without thinking, and skip the normal checks you would otherwise do. Remember, legitimate organizations almost never pressure you to act instantly without giving you time to verify. Second, hover over links before clicking. On a computer, move your mouse over a link, but don't click. You'll usually see the actual destination URL appear at the bottom of your screen. If the link doesn't match the sender's organization or looks suspicious, for example, using strange domains like securepaypal.com instead of paypal.com, it's a red flag. On a phone, it's harder to hover, so be extra cautious when clicking unexpected links. Third, be wary of requests for sensitive information. Legitimate companies, especially banks, tech companies, government agencies, will never ask you to send personal information, passwords, or credit card numbers through email or text. If an email asks you to confirm your social security number or enter your login details, treat it with extreme suspicion. Fourth, look for typos and unusual phrasing. Many phishing messages are created by attackers who aren't native speakers of the targeted language. As a result, you may notice slightly odd sentence structures, strange greetings, or awkward phrases. While some modern phishing emails are flawless, spotting just one grammatical error can be a clue that something isn't right. Fifth, inspect the sender's address carefully. Phishing email might look like it's from a familiar source, but a closer look reveals slight differences. For example, an email from servicepaypal.com, notice that there's a capital I instead of a capital L, can easily fool someone at glance. Similarly, attackers might add extra words or use domains like .net or .info instead of .com to mimic legitimate websites. Finally, trust your instincts. If something feels off, even if you can't immediately explain why, pause before acting. Take the time to independently verify the information through a separate channel, such as calling your bank directly using the number on their official website, and not the one provided in the suspicious message. Protection and preventing strategies. Defending yourself and your organization from phishing requires proactive steps. Number 1. Verify before you click. Never click links or open attachments from unexpected emails. Visit official websites directly by typing the URL into your browser. Number 2. Use multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Even if attackers steal your passwords, MFA adds an extra layer of protection that can't easily be bypassed. Number 3. Keep your software updated. Many phishing attacks exploit known vulnerabilities. Regular updates close those gaps. Number 4. Report suspicious messages. Don't just delete. Report phishing attempts to your IT department or use designated phishing report systems. Number 5. Train regularly. Organizations should conduct phishing simulation training. The more you practice spotting phishing, the sharper your instincts become. Cybersecurity is not just about good technology, it's about good habits. Conclusion. In a world where communication is consistent and instant, phishing remains one of the most persistent and effective cyber threats. Attackers no longer need to hack your system, they only need to hack your trust. Defending against phishing requires skepticism, vigilance, and commitment to verification. No email, no text, no call should be trusted blindly, no matter how urgent or convincing it seems. You must train ourselves, and our team to pause, question, and to verify. Because in cybersecurity, trust must always be earned, never given away. By staying informed and cautious, we can turn phishing from a devastating threat into a manageable risk. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay secure.